Hi, this is Pam from StatDash. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to customize your dashboard and how to work with it. The dashboard is the main tool that we have in StatDash for working with your activities and your team members. So I'm just going to show you just some tips and tricks on how to work with it. First, you see I have a dashboard up here for a project that I recently had done some work on. And you scroll down, you see there are an awful lot of tasks in here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is that there's this icon here that allows you to collapse all the categories. So what you could do in StatDash is you can actually add activity categories, which these serve as containers for activities that have something in common. So you'll see here I have a milestone category, and this lists all of the milestones that we have in our project. Project planning, some planning things. And if you notice, as I click on each one of these activity categories, I can collapse it and expand it, or I can expand them all, collapse them all. You get the idea. The next thing that we can do is for every activity that you enter into StatDash, you can actually add a description of that activity, which might give you more instructions for how to determine whether that activity is complete or steps needed to complete it. You can easily toggle back and forth whether that description is shown on the dashboard by clicking here, and then you can hide it again. And these just interact with the dashboard that you see on the screen. It doesn't really make any changes to the dashboard behind the scenes. It's just on your screen it changes the display. You can move your activities around. I can actually just drag and drop them and move them around on the screen, and that changes their sort order. You can update the status by clicking on any one of these fields. I'll show you a little bit more about that in a little bit. So let's go through, let me show you when you actually edit the dashboard. This is called our button bar up here. And if I click on edit the dashboard, the first thing I can do is I can add a description of my dashboard. I can choose what team members are going to be part of it, what categories, departments, things like that. So here's the fields. These determine what shows up on your dashboard as columns. So I could right now I have showing the due date, the estimated effort, actual effort. I'm going to uncheck these here. And you can do things like change the border thickness, the border color, the empty cell color. So let's say I want to just add a little more padding to my cells, and I'm going to make the empty cells, let's color them light blue. And let's see what that looks like. So now you see I have a little bit more white space between each one of my activities, and my empty color cells are actually blue. I can click on any of these due dates, and I can easily update the due dates right here. Just brings up a calendar, can change it, updates on the fly. I can set a date in any one of my fields. I can set a date entry here. And let's make this for the 14th. And now you'll see I actually have a date in my field, in my column here. I can click on this view activities due, and this is going to show me in a calendar form activities that are due. And there's not a whole lot that I have on this calendar for June, but you will notice that I can take this and I can move it to the 3rd, and now you'll see that that is moved to June 3rd. And this is this is what's called a auto color date, so it's going to turn red because the 3rd is past. You can manage your activities. You can do a lot of things right here, but you can also quickly manage all of your activities from a list form and perform bulk actions on them right from this screen here. So you can actually drag and drop them, move them around, set them in categories, do bulk actions like bulk deletes, bulk completes, change your notifications or due dates. So that's a handy screen to have. Here's where you can actually manage these categories. You'll see we have the roadmap features, milestones, and if I want, I can just drag and drop those. And now when I go back to the dashboard, now milestones is first. The other thing that I can do is I can actually hide these if I want. So I could say I'm going to hide my milestones, and let's see, I'll hide my inventory, bomb, and equipment. View my dashboard again, and now when I collapse these, you'll see I just have those three there. The other thing I can do is I can manage the columns. So here, these are all the column labels that I have for each of the people that I want to have on my team. I can specify to turn activity notifications on or off for each person, and I can also hide my team members. So if I say I want to hide my documentation and my QA testing, now you'll notice when I come back here, I have fewer columns. Those have been hidden. I can also specify a Slack channel and a folder for sharing. So here's our file sharing for this dashboard. You simply can just drag and drop. Let's see, drag and drop. And that picture will upload there. Okay, so then back on our dashboard, we have statuses, and statuses, we have a whole nother video that's just going to talk about statuses and the different types of statuses. So you can have as many different statuses as you want. You can color them any color you want, and then there are special types of statuses that can do special things on your dashboard. And we have, like I said, we have another video that'll go into more depth like that. So right from this dashboard, you can also share it in the form of a report. So if I say I want everyone, all of the columns to show up on this, and I get the report link, then there is a read-only version of my dashboard. And finally, here's the description that I put in for my dashboard. You might want to have maybe certain guidelines that somebody needs to follow when updating this dashboard. And I can send out an email to all of my people. I've got this enabled so that you can only send email to me right now, because this is my demo that I'm using. And it will send a message and ask me to update the status. If you need help, there's help right here. You can read all about it. If you need to isolate a column, so let's say we just want to focus on this project manager here, I can click on the heading, and it's going to just isolate for me all of the activities related to the project manager so that I can update them easier. I can click on any one of my activities, and it will bring up just everybody's status for that one single activity. And then I can update it, go back, and that's it. Be sure to check out our other videos at statdash.com.